Meet James. He makes $72,000 a year, more than his parents ever did. He's got the apartment, the car payment, the weekend plans. By all accounts, he's doing fine. But here's the weird part. His coworker Emma makes $68,000, and somehow she's building wealth while James is still living paycheck to paycheck. Same company, similar salaries, completely different financial futures. What's the difference? It's not the money. It's a psychological trap that's keeping 90% of people stuck, and honestly, most don't even know they're caught in it. Today, we're breaking down this trap, and more importantly, how to escape it. So what is this trap? It's called the income illusion, and it's destroying people's financial futures without them even realizing it. Here's how it works. Most people think getting richer means earning more money. Makes sense, right? More money equals more wealth, except that's not what happens. What actually happens is this. You earn more, so you spend more, and you end up in the exact same financial position, just with nicer stuff. Think about the last time you got a raise. What did you do? Maybe you upgraded your living situation, started eating out more, bought a nicer car, subscribed to a few more services. Before you knew it, that extra $500 a month was gone, and you were still stressed about money. This is the trap, and it's not your fault. It's psychology. The status treadmill. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you earn, it's never quite enough? Here's why. You're running on what I call the status treadmill. You're constantly chasing a target that keeps moving. Here's what happens. Karen gets promoted from $65,000 to $85,000. Amazing, right? But now she's having lunch with colleagues who drive Audis, live downtown, and vacation in Tulum. Her new income suddenly doesn't feel like a lot because she's comparing herself to a different group. So she upgrades. New apartment, $600 more monthly. Better car, $350 more. Nicer restaurants, weekend trips. That $20,000 raise? Gone before it could build wealth. She's not keeping up with the Joneses anymore. She became one of them, and now she's chasing the next level up. The treadmill never stops. The status bias. Here's another piece of the trap. We only see what people spend, not what they save. Marcus scrolls Instagram and sees a friend's new Tesla. Another just bought a house. Someone else is in Greece. His brain thinks, everyone's doing better than me. I need to catch up. But here's what he doesn't see. The Tesla is leased. The house has a mortgage eating 45% of their income. Greece went on a credit card still being paid off. We are surrounded by the appearance of wealth, not actual wealth, and our brains can't tell the difference. Meanwhile, people actually building wealth are invisible. Paid off cars, growing investment accounts, saying no to things, none of that makes it to Instagram. The I deserve this trap. How many times have you justified a purchase by saying, I work hard, I deserve this? Brutal week at work, Nicole orders $60 in takeout. Tough month, shopping spree. Bad day, hello impulse Amazon purchases. And look, you do work hard. You do deserve nice things. But when I deserve this becomes the justification for every financial decision, you're trapped in a cycle where you're working hard to afford the things you buy because you work hard. See the loop? You're working to sustain a lifestyle that exists because you work. The trap keeps you running in place. Let's get specific about what this trap actually costs you. If James took just $400 a month, money he's currently spending on lifestyle inflation, and invested it instead, in 20 years with average market returns, that's over $250,000. $250,000. Not from earning more, just from redirecting what's already being wasted. But the real cost? The psychological toll. The stress of living paycheck to paycheck on a good salary. The anxiety knowing one emergency could derail everything. The feeling of working hard with nothing to show for it. That's the real price of the trap. And it's way more expensive than money. Okay, enough about the problem. You already know you're in the trap. That's why you're watching this. Let's talk about how to actually escape it. Solution 1. Redefine what rich means to you. Stop letting other people define success for you. Rich isn't a number. It's not a salary, car, or house. Rich is having options. It's freedom. It's saying no to things you don't want because you have financial breathing room. Try this. Write down what your ideal week looks like if money wasn't the primary concern. Maybe it's working 4 days instead of 5. Maybe it's taking a month off yearly. Maybe it's just not stressing when you check your account. That's your real goal, not the apartment that impresses coworkers. Sophie realized her dream wasn't the luxury apartment downtown. It was saving for a 3-month sabbatical. She stayed in her cheaper place and redirected that $800 monthly difference. 2 years later, she took that trip. Her downtown friends, still working, still stressed, still stuck. Solution 2, the wealth gap strategy. Here's a game changer. Every time you get a raise, create a wealth gap before your lifestyle catches up. Say you get a $6,000 annual raise, that's $500 monthly. Most people let it hit their checking account and watch spending expand to absorb it. Wealthy-minded people? Immediately redirect 70%, that's $350, to investments or savings. Enjoy the remaining 30%, that's $150. You still feel the raise, you can still upgrade something. But most of that money works for your future instead of vanishing into the lifestyle treadmill. David started this at 28. Every raise, every bonus, 70% to his future, 30% to his present. By 35, his investments generated more annually than his raises. He'd built his escape bridge, one redirected raise at a time. The key? Do this before the money hits your checking account, because once you see it, it's already spent in your mind.
Solution 3. Build invisible wealth habits. Remember how real wealth is invisible? Time to make that work for you. Instead of focusing on what you can buy, focus on what you can build. Drive a reliable used car instead of leasing new. Nobody notices, but you're saving $400 monthly. Pack lunch 3 days weekly instead of eating out daily. That's $300 monthly building your future. Stay in your current apartment after a promotion instead of upgrading. That's potentially $500 to $800 monthly toward actual wealth. Here's the beautiful part. These decisions are invisible to everyone except your future self, and your future self will be incredibly grateful. Rachel implemented 3 invisible wealth habits at 30. Used car, cooking more, keeping her modest apartment. 3 years later, she had $40,000 saved. Her friends living better, still at 0. Solution 4. The enough milestone. This is the most powerful shift. Figure out your enough number and stop moving the goalpost. What's enough? Calculate what you actually need to live comfortably, with room for fun and unexpected expenses. Not what impresses people, what you need to feel secure and content. Most people, when they do this honestly, realize they're either already there or much closer than they thought. Then comes the critical part. When your income grows beyond enough, stop increasing your lifestyle. Let the gap between what you earn and what you need grow. That gap, that's freedom. That's wealth. That's your escape. Mike figured his enough was $55,000 yearly. When promoted to $75,000, he kept living on $55,000. He didn't feel deprived. He had enough. That $20,000 yearly built his freedom fund. 5 years later, he quit his stressful job for one he loved even at lower pay. That's what enough gives you. Options. Here's what escaping this trap really comes down to. Realizing that the goal isn't to look wealthy, it's to be wealthy. And those are completely different things. Looking wealthy keeps you trapped on the treadmill, forever chasing the next level. Being wealthy means you're building something real, something that compounds, something that eventually sets you free. The people who escape this trap aren't smarter than you. They aren't more disciplined. They just figured out that the race everyone else is running doesn't actually go anywhere. So here's my challenge. Pick one thing this week. Maybe it's calculating your enough number. Maybe it's setting up that automatic transfer for your next raise. Just one thing. Because escaping this trap isn't about a complete life overhaul. It's about small, consistent choices that point you toward actual wealth, instead of the appearance of it. And here's the truth. Most people will stay trapped. They'll keep running on that treadmill, working harder to sustain a lifestyle that keeps them from ever getting ahead. But you're here, watching this, which means you're already different. You're already questioning the trap. And that's the first step to escaping it. Your future self is waiting on the other side, and trust me, they're going to be so glad you took these steps today. If this video clicked for you, smash that like button, subscribe for more money psychology that actually makes sense, and drop a comment. What's the one keeping up expense you're ready to let go of? See you in the next one.